In the new Ultimate Universe, Marvel's greatest champions never got the chance to be heroes. To build his perfect society, the Maker, a cruel version of Reed Richards from an alternate reality, traveled to this young world and meddled with the origins of numerous heroes to prevent them from interfering with his plans for world domination. However, all that is changing thanks to this world's Iron Man and a teenage Tony Stark, who aims to usher in a new generation of heroes. Across the Ultimate Universe, familiar heroes forge new destinies as they embrace their powers and roles. While a married Peter Parker balances his new role as Spider-Man with his family life, Captain America adapts to a world where his country hasn't existed in decades. Elsewhere, Storm emerges as a freedom fighter continents away from the X-Men. In this video we're going to talk to you about the new Ultimate Universe and the most notable points of each of the new series that take place in this reality. Although he started out as a hero in the original Ultimate Universe, the Maker evolved into a multiversal villain who eventually found himself imprisoned in the main Marvel Universe. After discovering the origins of the heroes of the Marvel Universe in Ultimate Invasion #1, the evil Reed Richards escaped from prison and traveled to another reality, where he used a time machine called the Immortus Engine to prevent or alter the origins of the heroes of the Marvel Universe. That universe. From his high-tech headquarters in Latveria, the creator saw the world divided into 7 great territories. To maintain complete control over global society, the leaders of these regions meet as the Maker's Council and coordinate international politics, even choosing one region to act as the aggressor and unify the rest of the world in opposition. At one of the council meetings, the Maker was attacked by Kang's forces, whose army was inspired by heroes who were erased from history. Obadiah Stane, a leader of the North American Union through its control of Stane, Stark Industries, was killed in this attack, so the creator took Howard Stark, this world's Iron Man, deep into the council. Although horrified by the creator's council, Stark helped the injured Maker build a new Immortus engine with this world's Reed Richards, whom the Maker twisted into this reality's drive, Doom. Eventually, Stark sealed off Kang, his army, the Maker, and himself by setting up an energy field that would last for 2 years. With Doom's help, Stark's son Tony vowed to continue the fight against the creator's allies and restore the world's lost heroes like Iron Lad. Iron Lad and Doom began gathering the heroes of their world in Ultimate Universe #1. Using a second Immortus engine, they traveled back in time and secured Captain America while he was still frozen in the Arctic ice after World War II. Stark and Richards then traveled to Asgard, where Thor was a prisoner under Loki's rule. Once he summoned his hammer, Thor joined the heroes alongside Lady Sif, who had been tasked with watching over him. As Stark and his allies attempted to recover various items that the Maker had stolen, they were attacked by Henri Dugarry, the leader of the European coalition and this world's Captain Britain. When Dugarry seriously injured Thor, Iron Lad responded by gouging out one of his eyes. In the Maker's absence, North America languished without any leader, so Dugarry and the rest of the council started a silent war and divided the territory between themselves. Then, after the heroes' fight with Dugarry, the council hijacked a Stane, Stark space station and used it to attack Stark Tower. When that attack left dozens of civilians dead, the council accused Howard Stark of being a dead terrorist. However, Iron Lad secretly sent his building 6 months into the future so that the Ultimates could continue their mission to awaken a generation of heroes. After Aunt May was killed in the Council's attack on Manhattan, Iron Lad sent a radioactive spider and suit to an angry Peter 6 months in the future. In his early days as Spider-Man, Parker accidentally revealed his secret identity to his daughter, May, who ended up choosing the design for his suit. He also began fighting crime with Harry Osborn, who had inherited Oscorp after his father Norman was killed in the Council attack. Harry went on to purchase Stane, Stark and used his technology to become the Green Goblin with the help of Otto Octavius. Unlike the main universe, this goblin is a hero in this reality, at least for now. When the Daily Bugle began investigating the Council's attack, Wilson Fisk, the newspaper's owner and the Council's agent in New York, dismissed the story and urged the newspaper to focus on Spider-Man. In response, Uncle Ben and Jameson started their own publication with the financial backing of Gwen Stacy, Harry's wife. While Spider-Man and Green Goblin targeted Fisk, they battled Shocker and the assassin Bullseye before suffering a brutal defeat at the hands of Fisk himself. When Spider-Man returned home with his injuries, he revealed his secret identity to Mary Jane and her son. Contrary to what he imagined, they both supported him, and it was even Mary Jane who gave him the name Spider-Man. The nation of Wakanda never fell under the control of the Maker Council, and King T'Challa, Black Panther, fought to make it so. Supreme Wakanda is located near the Upper and Lower Realms, a large territory ruled by Ra and Khonshu and their ruthless Moon Knight military organization. Although T'Challa attempted to keep Wakanda out of open war, Moon Knight's assassins infiltrated Wakanda and killed T'Chaka, the nation's former ruler and T'Challa's father. After consulting a mystical branch of the Dora Milaje called Voodoo Khan, T'Challa set out to personally investigate his enemies as Black Panther, leaving Queen Okoye and Princess Shuri to preside over Wakanda's clashes with Moon's forces. Night. When T'Challa fell into an ambush, he was rescued by Killmonger and his partner, the mutant Storm, who in this reality has no relationship with the X-Men. For several months, T'Challa remained with the two freedom fighters and found a massive deposit of green ore that Ra and Khonshu desired. After saving Okoye from an assassin, T'Challa formed the Circle of Force with her, Shuri, Storm, and Killmonger to continue studying the mysterious properties of the green substance. Their goal is to keep their secrets safe from the rulers of the Upper and Lower Realms. Under the rule of Shiro Yoshida, the Sun Emperor, the High No Kuni territory is home to several young mutants who recently discovered their powers and met in Ultimate X-Men #1. In Kirasaki City, Hisako Ichiki, the mutant known as Armor, manifested her powers to create a suit of energy armor as they emerged to protect her from an oncoming car. Around this same time, Hisako also encountered the Shadow, a dark entity who taunted her with images of her late friend Tsubasa and took revenge on her stalkers. During another of the Shadow's attacks, Hisako was saved by Mei Igarashi, Maystorm, a young mutant with weather-controlling abilities that allow her to create rainstorms and summon lightning and gusts of wind. Just when they met, Nico Minoru, their classmate who is able to read fortunes, told them that they were mutants. When the Shadow finally confronted Hisako, she used her powers to keep him away in front of his classmates. It is here that Noriko Ashida appears, another young mutant capable of controlling electricity, who observed everything from afar with great interest. Although Mei tried to stop anyone from recording the incident, footage of Armor using his powers went viral, so now, the girls must hide before they are attacked for simply being mutants. With the help of Captain America, Thor and Sif, Iron Lad and Doom awakened the first heroes of this universe and invited them to the Ultimates. On one of their first outings, they traveled to a damage control facility where the remains and belongings of dead heroes like Black Bolt, Ka-Zar, and Sentry were kept. While searching for one of Captain America's former allies, the heroes encountered several hand agents serving the Maker. During the ensuing battle, Captain America found the android body of Jim Hammond, the original Human Torch, and reactivated him to aid them in their mission. After his initial attempts to build the Ultimate Network, a group of defenders from around the world, resulted in several rejections and accidental deaths. Stark and his allies began approaching the world's potential heroes in person to recruit them. Before the Maker's return, they contacted Hank Pym and Janet Van Dyne, two married Terminators, and encouraged them to embrace their destinies as Giant Man and Wasp. Despite some misgivings, both size-shifting heroes embraced their powers and joined the Ultimates in battle against Captain Britain and his Black Crusade. After Giant Man trampled his enemies, his giant-sized footprint announced the arrival of the Ultimates to the world. The new Ultimate Universe is being a great success, bringing us new versions of classic characters, with completely new origins. Today, characters like Hawkeye, She-Hulk, Black Cat and America Chavez have been integrated into this new universe. While we wait for the return of the Maker and his subsequent battle against this new generation of heroes, tell us what you think of the new Ultimate Universe and if you will be reading his stories.